Right, if you want to rank for any meaningful commercial terms that drive any actual revenue for your e-commerce brand, you need to be building links. And there are a lot of places that are selling links today that are basically harmful for your site. And I want to go through a list of red flags for guest posting farms. So these are typical guest post sites that have just one goal in mind, and that is to sell you a backlink. And there are a lot of sites that do they go to great length at disguising that and try to make you pay for a link. And I want to go through here a few things and show you what you can look out for if you're buying links or you're building links or you have an agency that's building links for you. Now, what these guest posting firms tend to do, they will inflate their DR. So you can see how they do that. I can show you in a minute. They will fake traffic signals in order to boost traffic, and they fake it with bots, so tools like Ahref think it's actual traffic. They will rank for junk keywords. So these typically can be seen just as soon as you look at the keyword report, that these are not, is either really low competition, commercial value keywords, and they're going to have a super toxic link profiles and building a natural anchors over time. So these would be the most, like the biggest red flags that you can take a look at. And I have a list of a few sites that will come up here when we're doing our outreach, and I'm just gonna throw them in here and show you a few things. So the first thing that we wanna take note of is this wacky traffic graph over time. The second thing is they only rank for 130 keywords. That's a little bit dubious, right? But they're getting 5.6k organic traffic, and the value of that is 3.9k according to Ahref. So if they were to buy this traffic, they would have to spend almost 4k on Google Ads to get this value of traffic. So the difference between the number of keywords and the value here is a little bit strange right away, right? But if you are using Ahref, you can look at the location as well. It's United States, but you can see if it's coming from some wacky places. But the first thing I like to do is hit backlink profile, and here you can see during the summer they just built a ton of links. This looks a little bit strange, but the real thing here is that they have a domain rating right now of 66, but we can see that last year during June it used to be around 30, and then it goes from 30 to 66 in a matter of like a few weeks. So this is how they will do it. You can go on Fiverr and just basically buy domain rating boosts that will take you up to 60, 70, and they will like build a lot of shady links to that domain and drive up the domain rating. So this here is a giant red flag. So this is definitely been manipulated so they can sell guest posts. So they can sell you guest posts, and because a lot of agencies, a lot of SEOs, they like to charge based on domain rating, and if you have high domain rating, you're more likely to sell more of these guest posts. But so this is definitely faked. They have very low number of organic keywords. And the next thing I want to look at is the organic keywords here. So you can see it's very strange. They don't rank for anything here. When you remember when you looked at the DR graph, how in June it went from 30 to 60 all of a sudden, and then at the exact time it goes from ranking for nothing to rank for a lot of keywords. So what I think is that someone bought a domain and took something with a DR of 30 and just started building out a guest posting farm on it. And the first red flag we see here is that Design Mode 24 has a lot of this search volume. The only thing they seem to rank for is this. So do you think that 800 people every month is going to search for contact Design Mode 24, or that 3,000 people are searching for designmode24.com? Everything here is just nonsense. They're ranking for some number, and that you have 1,000 people that type in www design mode 24. So this is the only thing happening here is that they are manipulating the tools with bot traffic, fake traffic to create these numbers, and everything here is just fake. They get no traffic at all. So this is a site that sells guest posts. So let's take a look at the homepage here. And okay, so they are active publishing, and there seems to be a lot of new content going up. And yeah, okay, so we can see it right away that this is a fake site. Let's do the next one. Again, really high domain rating, only 200 keywords, really low traffic value, no traffic value. So they're ranking for some trash keywords. And we can do the same thing here. You can see the same wacky graph, the same strange organic pages here. Let's hit the backlink profile. You can see a lot of links getting built. But this one actually has been, the domain rating has been decent for a while. But let's see what they rank for. Again, 900 people going in, typing in homehearted.com. I find that highly unlikely. And then just a lot of trash, a lot of these random numbers. And yeah, so you can see it right away. This is not a site that would benefit you in any way. They don't get any real traffic. They don't rank for anything. There is no real value here. And I think we spotted another guest posting farm. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, what do you see? Again, we're seeing a lot of traffic for the domain, and like they were sneaky with how they type it out, and about us, home, partners, home. 9,300 people go to Google, type in the domain name like that, searching for it. I find that very, very, very unlikely. And then you can go through the list and just see that they don't. Deca garden yard tips by decorating advice, 600 people searching for that. So again, we're just seeing nonsense keyword and strange drop in traffic. And so this site used to be, yeah, not much to say about the backlink profile, but we definitely found another guest posting farm. Let's go through the next one. So again, really strange traffic graph, high DR and low organic keywords. Although this has decent traffic, but just seeing this drop, you should just turn around and say no, thank you. But same thing here. It goes from DR 12 to 68. Whoops. I don't know what happened. So it goes from February 24 in, like 6-7 months, and 12 to 67. So this is really, really strange. And you can see new links. So just building a ton of links from Russia, Russian Federation, and anchor text or just their domain name. Again, all of these are red flags. Their traffic graph, here's a giant red flag. Let's take a look at the keywords. Again, the same thing, just the URL and variations of their domain name, and then some nonsense, and you have this random letters and numbers and things like that. So again, these are not going to help you rank for anything. They're just trash, and if anything, they're going to harm your store or your site. And we found another one. So I don't even need to go through more of these. Let's grab this one next. Same thing. Yeah, you can just see it right away. Organic traffic, keywords, high DR, backlink profile. You know, they go from 15 to 6. Oops, no, they go from 21 to 66 in a couple of months. Same thing, a lot of Russian links. They all have that in common. The one that I've checked right now. That's interesting. Interesting that they rank in ChatGPT actually. So, which type of wood is the best for interior doors? That's a niche one, and they get featured from. That's very concerning. Yeah, I also like to check just the homepage, see what's happening. They're trying to, disguise their site as a design and architecture magazine or something with a, terrible logo. Yeah, that's another guest posting farm. So I think you get the point. These are the type of links that you don't want to build that's going to harm your store or your site. And be very careful when you're building links that they are real, that you're getting links from real sites with real traffic that actually rank for actual keywords. Anyway, stay tuned for my next video. Is going to be about backlinks in general, what type of backlinks to build, how to find link gap, how many links do you need, what type of link do you need to build, and things of that nature. So stay tuned for that, and see you in my next video.